Nation, Monday night scrutiny after a devastating, embarrassing loss to the Denver Broncos. I'm not surprised. I already knew it was going to happen. Our offense just can't compete with these top defenses. Let's break it all down. Welcome to Monday night scrutiny.
Swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
You know what I like to do? Just follow me on this one.
Yo, what's good, nation? Obviously not the Raiders, right? What a horrible Monday. Another team that we should have and could have beat, we take an L to. Hopefully this pattern will change and we will start beating teams. Or we will just beat the teams that we're supposed to lose to. Because I don't think there's any more teams left that we're supposed to win, right? I mean, we just lost to the Broncos. We lost to the... Why is the sunlight in my face? There we go. Let's go over here. We lost to the Broncos. We lost to the Chargers. We lost to the measly Carolina Panthers, who still just can't seem to get it right, even after the change. Where do we go from here? Let's get into it. I just want to read some comments from AP's Live the other day, because this shit is hilarious. I'm not going to read the names of who wrote them because that's just jack. But fans are tired of this shit. Really? Come on. Tell me something I don't know. AP is the problem. AP is not the problem. This is why you don't hire the intern. Outcoached. 18-34. Ouch. AOC isn't the answer. Y'all delusional. Mark Davis helped this team. Man. How do we help this team? Let's start with there. Mark Davis helped this team. Is Mark Davis the problem? Mark Davis just writes checks. He's not in the day-to-day. That's Tom Telesco's doing. Which everybody was shouting out Tom Telesco, you know, the last 5 weeks in the offseason. We finally had a good draft. Everybody was pumped. Everybody was excited. The season was going to blow up. Even me, I'm not going to lie. I said we were going to be 13-4. Damn, do I look like a fool. But, you know, injuries happen. Shit happens. Players quit on your team. What can you do, right? What can you do? Well, what can you do is make changes and still fight, right? I'm tired of hearing this. I can't even say the word, bro. Tank for a quarterback. Tank for the draft. Have you seen this team? Did you just see the game yesterday, 18-34? Why do we need the tank? We can't beat anybody. Why do we need the tank? That word is just absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to Raiderette. Tank is not in the vocabulary. We need to get better. What we need to do instead of tank is after victory Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, how about we show up and work? How about we have practice? 1 win and 2 days off is not cutting it for this team. It's not cutting it for any NFL team. We are not good enough at tackling. We are not good enough at seeing, at fucking vision, at schemes, at angles, at any of that on defense. We're not good at blocking. We're definitely not good at throwing the ball to the open receivers. We can't run the ball worth shit. We could not run the ball on a high school team. Something has to change, right? No, we have injuries. I know it's a new system. But you can't just point fingers at Antonio Pierce and Luke Getsy. Yes, Antonio Pierce had a lot to say about the hiring of this coaching staff. But so did Tom Telesco, Coupon Tom, who said Devontae Adams is never going nowhere. Devontae Adams is a Raider. Devontae Adams is the epitome of what it means to be a Raider. Tom Telesco's words. Why didn't they just trade him in the offseason? Look, I'm not mad that Devontae wants out. I'm not mad that we're trading Devontae or they want to get rid of Devontae. I'm kind of pissed that he kind of half-ass quit on his team, because you can't say he definitely quit on his team, because he did have a 100-yard game, 9 catches, a tutty. The man didn't quit. Yes, he's not out there blocking, but the whole team wasn't out there blocking or tackling or any of that. So you can't point fingers. Shout out, Raph. You can't point fingers at one person and say it's the coach or it's Luke Getsy. There's no I in team. This is a team sport. It's a team sport for a reason. There's 11 players on offense. There's 11 players on defense. If your man does his 111, it's not that hard. But when nobody does their job, our guys are just getting cooked out there like it's barbecue season in the summertime, we're not going to win games. This defense was supposed to be a top 10 defense. And yes, they are on the field way more than they should be. That's absolutely a fact. But they're not a top 10 defense. We're not even a top 20 defense at this point. We are at the bottom of the league in every single category. So is it personnel? I believe it has a lot to do with personnel on certain downs. Certain downs, definitely. You know, I love Jenkins. He's a big man. He's the only natural nose guard that we have, nose tackle that we have. But we have to change the scheme if that's not cutting it, because I see this man just getting cooked in the run game over and over and over again. And the guy that's not getting cooked, Adam Butler, who is just relentless in pursuit. The man doesn't give up. He's tackling guys 15 yards down the field when it should be a safety or a linebacker tackling these guys. Why is Adam Butler coming from 15 yards back and making plays, but he's not on the field as much as possible? So, yeah, some of it is coaching. Some of it is just schemes. But a lot of it's personnel, the right personnel. We can't. You're a player coach, right? Player coach, you should know as a player, like you said, what these players need, what they want, how they want to be treated, how they want to be talked to. Do you think any of these players in our locker room appreciate you calling people out and saying that players made business decisions? Come on, man. You can't say you're a player coach and then call people out, because when you were a player, would you be good with people calling you out, saying people made business decisions or pointing fingers in the locker room? That's how chaos and mutiny starts. Like, this team was supposed to be a brotherhood, a tight-knit bond, all that nonsense, physicality. I'm not even going to say the rest because we ain't seen none of that. We've seen a little bit out of Madison, but come on. As it stands right now, we have a backup, 2 backup running backs, 3 backup running backs, a rookie running back that hasn't seen a blade of grass 2 backup quarterbacks. And yes, I'm saying backup because Aiden's sitting on the bench and he has improved except for last year, which last year is in the books. And so far, he's 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So I know it wasn't his fault. Still, you're the quarterback. So, yeah, we have 2 backup running backs, 2 backup quarterbacks, and a defense that everybody, every commentator, every fan, and every chat I've been in, every live I've been in, people been on my lives, all said the same thing. Our defense is going to win us at least 7 or 8 games. Our defense hasn't won us any games. Not one game. The game, I mean, they played good enough to help us win, but they didn't win the game. We had an interception against the Ravens, which definitely turned the tide around. But Minshew came out and was that Washington State Minshew for a half a quarter. And we came back and won that game, and they helped us by by punting the ball 10 yards, which was great for us. So, like, we haven't beat anybody. Our defense hasn't won us any games. The last game we won was because of our run game, 154 yards. We finally get the ground game going, and we can't pass the ball. We're 14 for 24 with 130 yards passing, and most of those, 80% of them were yak yards because we only throw the ball 5 yards down the field. So saying Antonio Pierce needs to be fired is absolutely crazy. I heard somebody else saying that we are all hypocrites because we wanted Josh Dick Daniels fired, and we got him fired and didn't give the man a chance. I think he had a pretty good chance. He had Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, a solid offense, a solid defense. Didn't do shit. We lost every game. 7 games or 8 games we lost with Dick Daniels as head coach in the fourth quarter when we had the lead. And then the next year we come out and he gets rid of Derek Carr, who's balling. Check him out tonight. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, that's my call. The Saints beat the Chiefs, give them their first loss. Because who better knows how to beat the Chiefs than Derek Carr, who did it with John Gruden in their house and did a victory lap in the bus. Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. So, they got rid of Derek Carr for absolutely nothing. A top 15 quarterback in the NFL. But this organization doesn't have problems, right? Salute Lawrence. What's good? What's good? What's good? Then they bring in Jimmy Garoppolo and start him over Aiden O'Connell, who had an outstanding, I don't know, is my camera blurry or is it just me from the angle? I don't know. Let me know. And let me know if y'all can hear me. Can anybody hear me? I didn't even ask that shit. I'm just talking away. But, as I was saying, you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo, who had absolutely no time with the team. No chemistry with the receivers. The only thing he knew about the playbook is what he was reading because he couldn't participate in any practices because he was hurt. Hired a hurt quarterback, hoping he was going to get better in time to play and not have any continuity or chemistry with his receivers, his offensive line, his running backs, or the team for that matter. And they should have put in Aiden O'Connell then. So Dick Daniels got his opportunity, bro. So don't give me that bullshit about, oh, he didn't get a fair shake. He got his fair shake. And Antonio Pierce cleaned up his mess at the end of the year and did a damn good job. And in my opinion, just like Rick Bisaccia, he deserved that interim job. He got this team fired up. He had Aiden O'Connell not playing lights out, but playing lights out for a 4th round pick who never played in the NFL game and was a 3rd string quarterback. People don't seem to grasp how much that means, not getting any time with your receivers and to come in and play like that kid did. But they still want to say he's trash, he's garbage. Yeah. So Antonio Pierce comes in, he cleans up a mess, that was absolutely a mess. They lost the locker room. The players didn't want to play for him. He didn't know how to talk to players. It was just horrible. And AP comes in and cleans it up, and he did a damn good job as an interim head coach. He went 3-1 in the division. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs. We annihilated another rival in the Chargers, 63 to should have been nothing, but you know they had some garbage time touchdowns. Love my 2 cents, but so Antonio Pierce deserves his shot. Is he getting his fair shake? I don't know, bro. Who's in his ear on the sideline? Who is he talking to? Somebody's making the calls, and it's not just him. Now for Luke Getsy. Come on. I've done tape breakdown over and over again. There are guys open. There's guys waving their hands. There's guys, shout out, what's good, Raider Ryan. My 2 cents, what's good. You know, there's guys pissed off because they're not getting the ball, and now they're not even turning their head around until they're completely done with their route because they don't think the ball's coming because they know it's just going to be a run around shit show back there. So Luke Getsy, his scheme isn't bad. Like, it works in the passing game. It gets Brock Bowers has been open. The kid's making plays. We have receivers open. Yes, we didn't in the last game. But we couldn't get nothing going after that interception. That was just lights out. That just, everybody should have just left in because I think everybody kind of gave up, just like in the Carolina game. Like when you know your team can't come back from a 10 or 14 point deficit with the quarterback they have, it's just kind of heartbreaking for them. I guarantee you. Like, I know the feeling. I played on a team in high school where we didn't win one single game the whole entire year, bro. And I was the running back, and I did everything I could. But it wasn't enough. It doesn't matter if you score if you can't stop teams from scoring, which is the problem we've had in the last couple, decades? And now it's a different story, or it was last year. We get Christian Wilkins, and this defense is worse. Was Amik Robinson that big of a piece to this puzzle? Because I mean, Ja'Cory Bennett has stepped up pretty damn well in taking Amik's place, in my opinion. So what is it? What is the weakness with this defense? Our teams just caught on to Patrick Graham's scheme? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all think? Let's get in here. I'm going to stop talking. See what anybody got to say. 2 backups and a microphone. Whoop, whoop. Salute to the nation at Raider Rebel. What's good, Lawrence? Rolling up. My 2 cents. All right. Not shit in the chat. Y'all ain't got nothing to say? Y'all don't want to talk about fire AP or fire Luke Getsy or point fingers or nothing? You're not going to tell me what's wrong with the team? How do we fix it? Come on. I'm looking for answers, bro. I'm looking for answers because right now, I just don't know. I don't know. I know you can't blame Luke Getsy because every team in the NFL has a passing game coordinator and a run game coordinator. Who are these guys? Passing game and run game coordinator. And what do they do? Passing game coordinator seems to be going all right. Isn't that what Norv Turner's son, Scott Turner? Passing game coordinator. Somebody let me know in the chat. You hate to say it, but you think it's AP? Why do you think it's AP? You think it's just because he's not calling plays? Because he's not involved in the playbook? Offense or defensive wise? Or special teams? Because he said he was just going to let his coaches coach and he was going to observe and learn? I mean, he's trying to learn, right? This is his first time ever being a head coach in the NFL. Did Mike Tomlin come in his first year in the head coach when he was handed a solid-ass team in Pittsburgh and just stomp? I don't know. I don't know what his record is. Somebody let me know. Y'all know? I am all for AP. Here, let's put it up. Let's not put it up. Let's read it first because I can see it better. Shit. Ah, fuck it. Excuse my language. I am all for AP. But part of being a head coach is to manage your coaches too. Absolutely 100% facts. I don't see adjustments. I don't see him pulling players to the side when they come off the field and going over plays. Hey, I said that in my live last week. I mean, almost to that exact T. He's supposed to be that rah-rah guy, right? I don't see him going over there, going over the playbook, talking to the quarterbacks, talking to the receivers when they're dropping balls. I don't see him doing none of that shit. I see him walking back and forth, like I said, looking up in the sky, putting his head down, pissed off, mean mugging look on his face, talking on a headset. But I have to find out who this headset is. It AI on the other end? Who is he talking to, bro? Gotta stop the revolving door of firing and hiring. I know. I said that too. Got to allow something to be built. All right, I'll read the rest of the question, then I'll get into that. Can't patch quilt it together to win ships. What? What's ships? You got me messed up now. I'm for providing 3 or 4 years for Coupon Tom and AP to get it right. To right the sinking ship. But what if it's already sunk by then? No, I'm with you, dude. I hear you 100%. But I'm questioning one thing in that. Is AP that guy to give 3 or 4 years? Can he turn it around? Most coaches in the NFL have experience somewhat offense or defensive wise. He's not calling plays on defense. He's not calling plays on offense. He's not being involved in the coaching. He's letting his coaches coach. But you're the coach. You have to be involved with that. The fact that they can't tackle a wet paper bag, and you're a linebacker coach, a Super Bowl winning linebacker coach, a Mike linebacker coach, the quarterback of the defense who led your team in tackles, and you can't get these guys to tackle? That's coaching. I'm sorry. A lot of our losses have been tackling yak yards. Yards after the catch have killed us over and over and over again. When you got guys that can't tackle, it's bad. It's bad. These are NFL players that make millions of dollars, and a lot of them have contracts coming up. We'll get into the contract talk in a minute. But is AP and Tom Telesco the right guy? Does Tom Telesco believe Antonio Pierce is that guy for the future to go on? We don't know what. I assume it's 2 years because they haven't said anything about it. And most interim head coaches, if you look at history, get 2 years. And after that, if it don't work, they're down the road. So he might not even have a contract. He just might be under a win-now situation or basis, because I guarantee you, if this team has less wins at the end of the year, Mark Davis is not going to be happy. He don't want to hear the bullshit from the nation. He already folded and hired AP and didn't interview anybody else. Like, the guys they interviewed were guys that haven't been in football for I don't know how many years and wouldn't even have a chance of getting the head coaching job. So, yes, AP deserved the shot, but you still should have at least interviewed other candidates. It just looks bad on him, saying, like, it looks like he just folded under the pressure of Max Crosby saying he might go somewhere else, and the fan base screaming hire AP, hire AP. But now half the fan base is screaming fire AP and not even giving him a chance, which I think is absolutely horrible. No accountability. Boy, that's a fact. Got to stop the revolving door. All right, that's where I stop. Do something. I hear you. I hate to say it, but we deserve better. Yes, sir, Raph. We deserve better. I'm tired of the same excuse and losing. This is not what we want. Nobody wants it, bro. Everybody's tired of losing. Look, come on, man. I got this shit tatted on me. I can't just take off my hat, take off my jersey, and be like, I'm not a Raider fan. I don't care about the scrutiny because I love to talk shit to anybody. But man, it's rough every single year since I've been alive that I can remember, having hopes and dreams of seeing your team in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. And it's happened twice in my lifetime. Once I was 5, the other time I was 8. Y'all do the math. But yeah, it's devastating, especially when you lose to a team like the Broncos, who we have owned for the last 4 seasons, 8 games. Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco have to be the first coach and GM to lose to the Broncos since 2000, bro. Since 2000. That's rough. That's a hard pill to swallow. We were supposed to be this dominating, turning a corner, culture change team that it seems like is going backwards, just in my opinion. Now, we could talk about the quarterback play has been absolutely just awful. The run game has been awful. Does anybody know who the run game coordinator is? Somebody let me know in the chat while I read these. It's like you said last year. He tried to be everyone's friend instead of the coach. And now when he tries to discipline, players are not listening. Yeah, because they're like, bro, you were just my buddy a week ago. We were best friends. We was kicking it at the strip club, partying on the strip, smoking cigars, doing our thing. And now you're trying to tell me what the hell to do. And that I'm making business decisions by not tackling people when the game's just absolutely totally over and there's no chance of coming back because you know your quarterback is not that dude. So, I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Yeah. Here's why interim, this is just my thoughts. This is why interim head coaches have a problem, because when they take over, like I said last week or the week before, when they take over, they're not expecting to do anything because obviously the team was not that good or the coaching staff was not that good. Either one or both. A lot of times it's both. The coaching staff is not that good and the players are not that good. So they're handed a job like Rick Bisaccia, which was a pretty good team. John Gruden had a pretty good team. And you come in and you beat expectations and everybody's like, man, this dude knows what he's doing. Let's keep him around. Which is all good. But in the beginning, come on, he was saying, talk that shit, smoke that shit. Have you heard him say, let's smoke our shit, talk our shit this year? I heard him say it one time in a rah-rah speech, I think, against the Ravens. But since then, they haven't been saying that. It was all good, buddy. Everybody was playing well. He didn't have nobody disciplined. He fired Marcus Peters, cut his ass for not tackling. And that was his statement. If you're not going to play, if you're not going to tackle, if you're not going to do your 111, we don't want you on the team. This year, it was Devontae. But come on, if you didn't see that from Devontae last year when he was pouting about not getting the ball, or the year before, I mean, I don't know. These decisions just should have been made in the offseason when we could have did something and got something for Devontae Adams. We could have easily got probably not a first round, but very close. I mean, if we would have traded him when we got rid of Carr, come on, he had a 1,500-yard season. You don't think we could have got back what we traded for him, a first and a second? I believe we could have. Gruden, despite horrible drafting, had things pointed in the right direction before the rug was pulled. It took time to get it together. It wasn't automatic. I know, and Rick Bisaccia took that team and ran with it. But did we have a winning record when Gruden got fired? I don't think we did. I think we went on a win streak with Bisaccia and ended up making the playoffs. He pulled that team together that was kind of falling apart. Like Dick Daniels' team And like this team seems to do, like you could say Devontae Adams is not a distraction, but that's a lot of people's friends in there. You know, people look up to him as a brother. You hear all the corners, the receivers talking about it. It's a distraction. It's got to be, bro. It's got to be to have your brother, your best friend, you know, a guy that's teaching you the ropes, say he doesn't want to be here. AP definitely isn't hardball. Come on. With AP, most should expect a learning curve. I know. We got to expect a learning curve. That's why we'll get into the quarterback situation later, or probably here in a bit, because I'm almost caught up. Championships. Oh. I've never heard it called ships before. That's a new one to me. 2019. What was I asking? 1975 was a great year, Rebel. It was definitely a great year. All right, so let's get into this since you brought it up. It's a learning curve, right? So if you got a team that's defense is not what it's supposed to be and hasn't played up to its potential, Malcolm Kuntz, yes, was a huge loss. And I said that dude was going to have a huge year. And he was a big reason why this defense was the defense we were last year. Look at the run team. Look at the run game. They're not running at Max Crosby. They're running away from Max Crosby. They couldn't do that with Malcolm Kuntz in there. You couldn't run away from Max Crosby because you had Kuntz on the other side. And he was damn good at stopping the run. But now you don't have anybody over there that's been here that long, that knows the system like Malcolm. And it's rough, man. It's rough on them. But growing pains, learning curve. I would rather lose. Okay, I don't want to lose. Don't take this statement wrong. But I would rather lose with a quarterback that's young and doesn't have experience, that's on a learning curve, than to get absolutely humiliated like we did against the Denver Broncos with a quarterback that's been in the league 6 years and was brought in to be the savior because he's mobile and he has experience and he has a mustache and he talks like a surfer. Any day of the week, I would much rather lose that way. Give the kid a chance. We didn't lose many games with him out there, and he didn't lose us many games, but he won us a couple. Like I said, he came back. You know, he played good in the Giants game. He came back in the Jets game against one of the top defenses in the NFL. The kid can ball. Just give him a shot. Just give him a shot. And at this point, what do we have to lose? We can already tell, and a lot of us already knew that Minshew was not that guy. Dude, GAR-PUP is not him. I will never call that dude Guard Dog because he is a puppy. He don't act like a dog at all. That is the stupidest nickname I ever heard in my life. He fell apart before it had a chance to grow into that beast desired. Hey man, you know me. I made videos saying this could be the best defensive line the Raiders have ever had, and it had that potential if they stayed healthy. But maybe I jinxed them. Maybe they definitely didn't stay healthy. But if they would have stayed healthy, I think this would be a whole nother team with Malcolm Kuntz out there. One player does make a difference. We can tell by Gardner Minshew. One player does make a huge difference. When you got a guy that's throwing 100-yard INTs for tutties, come on. And he could go all the way. It's just ridiculous. Somebody please. I don't have no mods in it. Oh, I do have a mod. Tatted Raider. Hey, can you look up how many interceptions in the history of the NFL have there been for 100-yard touchdowns? Let me know, please. Anybody else want to be a mod? Oh, wait, I got to go on YouTube and do that. Never mind. Come in tomorrow. What else we got? What I miss? Until Raiders draft a legit superstar at quarterback, there will always be that excuse. I mean, you can't argue that. You can't argue that. The last time we drafted a quarterback in the first round, I believe it was Jamarcus Russell. Oh, God. Yes, I'm wiping away tears. So, yeah, I mean, we need a quarterback. But is that going to solve it right now? Like I said, AP is on that short leash. So if we don't win games and we go get our quarterback next year, you think this guy is really going to come in 1 year and win us enough games to keep Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce here? Is Mark Davis going to say, okay, well, they did okay, but now they got a rookie quarterback. Let's give them 1 more year to see if it works when our defense plays like shit and can't stop anybody in the run or in the pass? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. What else we got? Imagine being Jack Jones. AP has been coaching him since high school. I know. The fact that you used to motivate and then ain't going to work. Now he's a grown man. The fact that he said, we just need to love on Jack Jones. I know what Jack Jones needs. I know how to take care of Jack Jones. I know how to get the best out of Jack Jones. And to point him out as one of the guys that was quitting makes me question a lot more than I should be questioning AP's coaching and if he's lost the locker room or not. That's your boy that you brought in, that you hyped up and said everybody should love on. Just love him up. That's all he needs is love. But as soon as we lose, you're not going to take any accountability and blame it all on the players for making business decisions and giving up. Like, come on. I watched that tape of that game over and over and over again, and there wasn't enough players making business decisions, in my opinion, for it to be all over the media like it was, to go viral, to be blown out of proportion, to have us in a negative limelight once again. That shit does not need to be here, bro. The Raiders have enough negativity in this organization by themselves without help from the coaching staff or the players or the fan base or the reporters for that matter. Like, we don't need help. we don't need help at all. Absolutely no help doing this shit. So I don't know. Antonio Pierce, maybe just stop doing so many press conferences. Stop doing so many interviews. Stop going on so many shows and just coach. Don't let everybody know that we're going to be smash mouth. We're going to run the ball down your throat and we're just going to keep trying to run it 8 times a game. Like, what the? We're going to be a smash mouth team, bro. We are going to be old school, smash mouth, pound the rock. Pound the rock. We had one game where we ran the ball over 20 times in a game between 2 running backs. One time. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't just point fingers at one thing. It's coaches. It's all the coaches, all of them. Run coordinator, defensive run coordinator, pass run coordinator, the passing run coordinator, whoever that is. I don't know who you are, but that's the dude that I would be saying you need to go bye-bye. Because our pass defense is absolutely horrible. So whoever the guy is that's doing tape on these other teams before they come in and saying this is what we need to do against them is not him, bro. He is not him. Devontae. Is Devontae going to be traded this week? Are they going to drag it out? I don't think it's going to happen this week. I don't think it's going to happen this week at all, because I think teams are very skeptical because of the Netflix saga. I'm starting to believe this was not a very, very intelligent move by Davante Adams to say he wanted to be traded. Yes, he felt betrayed by his head coach going behind his back. And like I said last week, anybody would. Like, come on, especially if you're tight with that dude. And that's supposed to be your boy. You went to bat for him to get him the job. And then he throws you under the bus and likes a post saying that you played your last game as a Raider. Come on, man. That's just dirty shit. So, but anyways, it still wasn't a good move for Davante Adams because the Netflix saga made him look soft. It made him look like a diva. It made him look like he was crying, like he was complaining, because he was. He was. He didn't show up for press conferences. He was throwing his helmet on the sideline. We don't see that side of Devontae. I've never seen that side of Devontae. I didn't see it in Green Bay. Like, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I never seen that side. So frustrations are going to show. This is not one-sided. It's not he didn't want to be here. It's two-sided. It's a team thing. This is the whole organization. Like Max said, bro, I wish him the best. If he don't want to be here, he's got to do what's best for him. And that's pretty much the bottom line. If he's not happy in a situation, it doesn't make him a diva for wanting out, especially when you brought in because your best friend was supposed to be your quarterback. And then they're like, bro, we're getting rid of this dude. Like, he's going to go. And then you just stayed. You're like, okay, I'll play with Jimmy Garoppolo. That didn't work. You cried for Aiden O'Connell. You got Aiden O'Connell. You started grooming Aiden O'Connell. You had a little chemistry going towards the end of the season. And you can't sit here as a Broncos fan, a Chiefs fan, or any fan of football and say they didn't build a chemistry towards the last 4 or 5 games of the season with all the receivers. Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer. Aiden was starting to cook. He was getting a chemistry, and then they just pulled the rug out from underneath him with the whole Garner thing this year. So we can't point fingers at Devontae, at the coaching staff. It's like, again, it's a whole big vicious circle. When your star receiver gets the ball 4 times in a loss, how's he not going to be pissed off? Tell me any receiver in the NFL that is not crying when they only have the ball thrown to them 6 times in a loss. I'm not saying Ace should be fired. I'm just tired of constant lying in every press conference. I know, that's what I'm saying. You can't be like, I'm standing on business. These fucking glasses are killing me, dude. I'm doing this. I'm on the outside. There we go. Much better. Good Lord. But you can't say I stand on business and then not stand on business. I've pointed out things over and over and over again. And yes, he's new at this. Yes, he probably doesn't realize that every little thing you do or say is going to be blown up, highlighted, especially in Las Vegas now. That's like the new New York. Especially when you're not winning, and you wonder why fans aren't packing the stands at the prices we have. Like, this is crazy. So, no, Devontae Adams, I guarantee you, the phone was blowing up way more when he was in Green Bay than it is now. Because teams are very, very skeptical of what they're going to get. Is Devontae going to quit on him? Is he going to be happy there? Is he going to be all about me and I need these many stats because players aren't playing up to my caliber? Like, a lot of things he said in a lot of press conferences made him look pretty bad. And a lot of teams aren't going to take that chance, especially when the Raiders are not willing to pay any of his salary. That's another thing. They're like, bro, we're not paying any of that salary. He got his money from us. The only money we're paying him is when he's here. So the fact that they're not going to pay any of the salary, what's good, Tony Angel? Dude, they might not be able to trade him. Teams might not want in. He's making almost $1 million per week. So there's a lot of teams, not very many teams that have that cap space to just pay a guy that much money and then pay him $40 million next year, especially if you don't have no guarantee if he wants to come back next year, which I'm sure he's going to play. I mean, he's not retiring. He got at least 2-3 years, right? Tony Angel, what's good, man? How was your day? So again, like I said, we just need to look at all the coaches. It can't be it's Antonio Pierce, it's Luke Getsy. I thought Luke Getsy's done a pretty good job, and I thought the run scheme hasn't been the greatest, but that's got to come down to the offensive line coach getting his guys ready, right? It's not Luke Getsy's job to get these offensive linemen to know their schemes, to know their angles, to have eye discipline. That's not his job to have better footwork. Getsy's working on the offense, preparing for the next team every single week. That's why you have coaches to do this job, to get these guys prepared. Antonio Pierce, he's not calling plays. He's not getting anything ready for the next week. He's not scheming that shit up. He might be with Patrick Graham going over defensives than what he might think. But if you're not doing none of that shit, you should at least have your guys ready and available to tackle, or wanting to tackle, or knowing how to tackle, or some kind of something with tackling. It's the NFL. Something with tackling. Once again, Raiders crap their pants on the Lord's Day. I know, dude, that even makes it worse when it's on Sunday, the Lord's Day. That's probably why Jesus ain't a Raiders fan. I'm just saying it now. He gave up on this team a long time ago. What else is in the news? Oh, yeah. This one I want to talk about. Why the hell are we celebrating because we make a tackle or a pass breakup? Why are we jumping on players' heads, jumping over players' heads? It happened in, I think the Carolina game when we were getting our asses just handed to us, and Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby makes a play and he comes jumping up over his head, which I can't believe he could jump that high, for one. But two, why the hell are we celebrating when we're losing? Why are we celebrating when we make one tackle or one pass breakup when we're down by 20 points? That's coaching. That's coaching. Let these players be themselves. No. You got to step in at some point and say, this is going to cost us. Like, excessive celebration. A couple of those celebrations, I thought they were going to call a flag, because I was like, man, you can't be celebrating that much. All you did was stop the guy for a 2-yard loss. Like, you act like you just won a Super Bowl. Christian Wilkins out there getting jiggy with it, shaking his rump, dude. Like, come on, man. One play is not a reason to celebrate. Now, if we're winning and we're up 10 points or 20 points, and you're making plays like that still, then yeah, celebrate all you want to. But when we're getting our butts handed to us, there is no call for any celebration at all. I think Christian Wilkins got hurt celebrating. I do believe Christian Wilkins' injury is why he didn't come back in the game. Him and Adam Butler's celebration. I might be wrong. I've been trying to find out. I don't think the injury report's out yet, or maybe I missed it. I didn't get to look long before I got home and got on here. So, but Christian Wilkins, bro, we can't afford to lose any more players, especially when it's stupid shit like celebrating. You get hurt celebrating, something is wrong, especially when you're that athletic, bro. You can't be jumping on guys' heads from behind. Like, Adam Butler, what are you thinking, man? We need that dude. He didn't even see him coming. Like, that's just crazy. Yeah, you're celebrating for doing a job you get paid millions of dollars to do because you made one flipping play in a game. One play, bro. Even Max Crosby, like, those celebrations are extreme for 1 sack in a game. Now, you could sack somebody, do the jump kick I thought was cool. But now he's taking it to a whole nother level. He got like 5 celebrations for 1 sack or a tackle for loss. If y'all spent more time learning how to practice our technique, our basic 101s, as you do trying to do these celebrations, Marcus Epps, Jack Jones, Nate Hobbs, they have a new celebration. Click, clack, boom, boom, bang, bang. Tap your mom, twist around, all this bullshit. Every single game, bro, they have a new celebration. That shit don't take time. I remember little girls in like 2nd and 3rd grade used to do that clap, little whatever pancake shit. And it took them a long time before they figured out how to get that shit to go. They can do that shit super fast. That's a lot of time putting into a celebration to have a new one every single year, every single week. You have a new celebration for every play. Like, that's crazy, bro. And then we can't tackle. Come on, that's coaching right there. That's all coaching, and you can't say anything else about it. That is pure coaching. And again, they're going like Monday and Tuesday off because we got a victory. Now I could see the Broncos getting Monday and Tuesday off, or maybe just Monday, bro. Monday and Tuesday. I know Monday is just a meeting day, going over film, review, all that stuff. But if you take Monday and Tuesday off, when are you going over this film review? And when are you putting in practice? If it's an out-of-town game, you're leaving probably Friday or Saturday to get there. So when are you practicing, bro? This team is not good enough to not be practicing every single day. 1,200 reps in the off season. Yeah, that's all good with pads on. But when the season starts, there's not many days where they have full pad practice when the season starts because too many players are beat up, got bumps and bruises. They're worn out. They're trying to keep them healthy for the next game. So they're not going full speed in practice, which means they're not probably going to get any better at tackling throughout the year, which is absolutely flipping scary, dude. It's just scary. Don't take Monday and Tuesday off. We need all the film room work we can get. We need all the walkthroughs we can get, all the scheming for the next teams. Bro, if you win 34-18, that's an ass whooping. You handed it to them. You could celebrate. But these guys, I hear them talk about celebrate for 24 hours. Celebrate for 24 hours. If you're getting Monday and Tuesday off, that's more than 24 hours. I mean, I'm not a math magician, but, bro, I think Monday and Tuesday is more than 24 hours. I don't know. Somebody in the chat, let me know. And it gives us 3 days, bro. 3 days to prepare for a team. And we didn't win. We didn't dominate Cleveland. Like, again, that game was 2 touchdowns. They could have easily had one called back. The other one just barely overthrown. The Ravens game, dude, they had, penalty after penalty, stupid mistakes. The interception cost them dearly, giving us good field possession. Our defense dominated that game for as long as they could. But still, they helped us win that game too. We helped a lot of teams beat us. Yesterday, I don't think we really helped anybody win. I mean, we had some penalties that were crucial in crucial moments. But we've been pretty disciplined under AP, which I would give them that. The discipline has been good. Through the first internship and maybe the first game and second game. But after that, bro, I think the Ravens game, the Carolina game, we've had a lot more penalties than usual for a lot more yards. And a lot of them on third down, which is just killing us, bro. You can't do that shit on third down. What else is good in the news? Anybody got anything to say, anything to talk about? If not, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to smoke some trees and get ready for Monday Night Football. And watch the Saints stomp the Kansas City Chiefs. No. 5 people in here. What's your thoughts? Score predictions. Give me your score predictions for Monday night's game. Who you got? Chiefs or the Aints? Queefs or Aints? Ain't Queefs. I am taking the Saints. $27-24 Saints. 27-24. Gardner Minshew munches on peanuts. And why did anyone try to hawk certain? I don't know, bro. No effort, right? No effort. I don't know why anybody didn't try to tackle him. I think Gardner Minshew tried to tackle him. Like, he gave some kind of effort and then just got absolutely plowed. Like, that was ridiculous. He just got destroyed. But I guess Patrick Surtain is so fast that we have nobody on our team fast enough of catching that dude. But he did have a pretty good break and a pretty good lead on everybody. So when you got that much of a lead and you're one of the best, if not the best corner in the NFL, not many teams are going to catch you. That was your prediction, 27-24 Saints. Yeah, I think it's going to – I definitely think Kansas City luck has to run out, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. Their luck has been absolutely crazy. They have won 4 games now that they should have not won, and 3 of them, I think, came down to the last second with horrible calls. I mean, I guess one wasn't a horrible call. His foot was out of bounds, but it's still, they could have lost that game. The Raiders have lost such a bad taste in your mouth. I can't watch football. I need a week off. That's what I'm saying. I might watch Monday Night Raw. I'll probably have Monday Night Raw on most of the time. What do we got on here? Injury report. Fucking pull anything up. Stats. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's do this. Share screen. Share tab or window. Fuck, I don't know. Window. This window. All right. Can y'all see that? Probably not. This thing on the way. Where's my mouse? All right. Gardner Minshew. 5 games, 99 completions on 140 attempts. Damn, bro. He has missed 41 passes. 41 passes have been incomplete. Drop balls are thrown out of bounds. 1,014 yards, average 7.2. Now, this is totally deceiving because people are going to be like, but Raiders Rebel, I thought you said he only passes behind the line of scrimmage. He does. The YAC yards count as your yards. So he's averaging 7.2 yards a catch, which is definitely helped out by the receivers, the tight ends, and mainly the running backs out of the backfield. Long, 57 yards. We are in week 5, and our longest completion is 57 yards. And I think our second longest is 53, but we only have 2. Everything else than that is, I believe, 20 yards or less, which is just wild. Just wild. He has 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's 1 per game. And 15 flipping sacks, yo. 15 sacks. The dude has 15 sacks. In 5 games, bro. That's 3 a game. Average. You are averaging 3 sacks a game. 85.8. Just absolutely ridiculous. Now we go over to Aiden, which is not any better. But come on, man. When you sit on the bench and you get thrown in a game and you don't even have time to warm up, I thought that was very, very shitty of them. Like, Gardner throws the interception. They come and sit on the bench with Scangarella, Aiden on the other side. They're looking at the tablet, going over it. You know, our defense stops them. They go 3 and out, and then they're like, Aiden, get in there. Like, what the hell, bro? He got a couple little quick passes and got just thrown into the game. But they don't have faith in this kid, right? They don't they don't believe in him. Like, just constantly throw him to the fire to see what he's made of, and just try to ruin any expectations or confidence he has of himself. 19 passes, 19 completions on 32 attempts. I mean, that is not much better. 59.4 completion rating. That is absolutely horrible. 176 yards. I mean, in 32 attempts, that's not very good numbers either at all. Average 5.5, long 21, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, only sacked 2 times, which is not bad at all. What is SYL? I don't know what the fuck SYL is. Don't do that. Now let's get into this absolutely ridiculous. This is the most pitiful stat in all of football, and it might be the most pitiful stat in the history of football. Really, our running backs have 4 games played for Zeus, 49 carries, 152 yards, 3.1 average, long 17, 38 yards a game, averaging 38 yards a game with 2 fumbles lost. 2 fumbles lost, averaging 38 yards a game. Madison, who everybody says should take the starting role, not much better at all. He has 32 carries, which is 8 times 9, 17. So he has 17 less carries, and he has 25 less yards. So 32 carries, 125 yards, averaging 3.9, long 24. 1 big, I don't know what that means. 2 tutties, 0 fumbles lost. Much better numbers. Amir Abdullah. Why is this guy getting touches in the backfield? Like, I still just don't understand it. And I know people want to say it's because he's a veteran and we need a veteran presence out there. But we have Madison out there. He's on the bench. That presence is good enough on the bench. Put in Dylan Labe, bro. Put in Dylan Labe. Let this kid get some reps. See what he has. I mean, we can't do any worse, right? We can't do any worse. And people are like, oh, he's going to get killed. He's small. Come on. There's been way smaller running backs in the NFL who have had very, very solid careers. But you don't know until you try, right? Just like in life, you'll never know unless you take that chance or try. So 7 carries, 43 yards, averaging 6.1. That is way better. Long 40. So the play yesterday is the only reason he has these stats. He has no tutties, 1 touchdown last week, no fumbles. Minshew, 11 carries, 38 yards. Long 11. And he's our mobile quarterback. Now, on the other hand, you have stats like this. 3 carries, 25 yards, averaging 8.3 a carry for DJ Turner. 3 carries, 25 yards. Why is this man not touching the ball more out of the backfield? Why did we run 1 reverse or jet sweep or anything like that in this game? I don't remember. I don't think so. And then you got Tyreek McAllister. You got 2 carries, 11 yards, averaging 5.5 a carry. They went away from that. Stop that. Brock Bowers, 1 carry, 12 yards. Of course, 12 yards a carry. Why isn't he touching the ball more? Why aren't we lining Brock Bowers or Michael Mayer up back there as a fullback? And where is Michael Mayer? But why aren't we lining those guys back there as a fullback and give these guys some space back there in the backfield? Because our offensive line isn't clearing any space. Let's use these guys as a fullback or bring a fullback in or something. I don't know. But I've been saying we need a fullback to get this run game going. But you know what I think we need to get this run game going? A new running back. Like, I don't know who's available in free agency, but I would almost guarantee he's going to come in and do better than these guys are. It's not really the blocking. You see holes and they're stopping, trying to decide if they want to go left or right, and they're tackled. Like, you got to make quick decisions as a running back. You got to jump cut. You know, Zeus's only big plays was him seeing the hole, making a cut, and going. You know, he's a one cut and go kind of guy. He's not wiggly. He's not squiggly. And we're not playing to these guys' strengths. Luke Getsy sat up there and said, I have to get with the personnel. I have to find out what personnel I have before I create my offense. Let me get this light on now that the sun is out of my face. You know, Luke Getsy said, I have to see my offense. I have to get to know the personnel before I can say what my scheme is going to be. Did he even get with his personnel or analyze any of his personnel? Because, bro, he is not playing to any of their strengths like he said he was going to. Definitely not playing to their strengths. Brock Bowers, he's got 28 targets, or 36 targets, 28 receptions. That's a pretty damn good average. 313 yards, 11.2 per catch. Why does he only have 36 targets? We're in game, what? Week 5? What's 5 times 4? 20. 5 times, so 6. Bro. He's getting like 6 catches a game. Averaging 6 attempts. Come on, bro. I mean, not targets, I'm saying. Yeah, 6 targets a game. That is not going to cut it for Brock Bowers, especially when you just let Devontae Adams go and is the only player that we have on the team that can make over the shoulder catches, you know, toe tap catches. Besides maybe Brock Bowers, I don't know if he can catch the ball over the shoulder. He can catch it any other way I've seen. But for Gardner to throw that ball to Trey Tucker over the shoulder was one of the stupidest plays and ignorant moves I've seen him make all year. Just absolutely insane. 11.2 average, 1 tutty, 57 long. Come on, man. 57 long. When you got plays like this and you're only throwing the ball to the guy 6 times in a game, but he's open a lot more than that, that has to go on the quarterback. I'm sorry. Same with Jacoby Myers. 36 targets, 25 receptions, 273 yards, 10.9 a catch. Why are they not getting more catches, bro? Because of the quarterback play. Hopefully they make a decision this week and they change the quarterback and they give Aiden O'Connell a shot, because it's clear on tape, it's clear on paper, it's clear on everything. Live action that Gardner is not that dude. He is not that dude. He's not going to be that dude. And we need to make a change and just let Aiden play out. You never know. At the end of the year, we might say, hell, we don't even need to draft a quarterback. We can spend all our draft picks on defense and offensive linemen and a running back. There were so many running backs in the 4th round, 5th round that we could have got. I mean, we did get Labe, in the 6th round? But they're not even going to use the kid. What, are they saving him for later? It makes no sense. Devontae Adams missed the game. 27 targets, 18 catches. Where's all these drop balls everybody's talking about Devontae had? Bro, that's 9. That's 9 drops in 4 games. But those weren't all drops. A lot of those were thrown at his feet, thrown over his head, thrown 4 feet out of bounds. Critics, bro. Y'all are critics. I'm telling you. 1 touchdown. That's just insane. Trey Tucker got 25 targets, 18 catches. Madison, 13 targets, 9 catches. Abdullah, 7 for 7. Why are we not passing to Abdullah more? But he only has 3 yards a carry. 3 yards. Come on, dog. Shh. My goodness. What? Defense-wise, Robert Spillane leads this team by absolutely a ridiculous amount. 37 solo tackles. The closest person on the team is our safety, which he should be probably the highest tackler on the team. Got 19, bro. 19. 9 assists. 17 assists for Robert Spillane. 54 tackles for Robert Spillane. Moreg, 28. Jack Jones, 21. Marcus Epps, who's not there, 19. Nate Hobbs, 18. Adam Butler, 17. Adam Butler has 17 tackles and half the snaps as the rest of the defense. Why is this man not on the field more? Christian Wilkins has 11 solos, 6 assisted. He only has 17 tackles. $160 million. $160 million contract for 17 tackles and a sack? That's not going to cut it. Oh, 2 sacks. He got 2 sacks. My bad. My bad. You got 2 sacks. But you got 17 tackles. You're supposed to be the best offensive or defensive lineman in the draft. You're supposed to be one of the top defensive linemen in the NFL. That's why we brought him in. And the man has 17 tackles total. 6 of them assisted. Only 11 by himself. And 2 of those were sacks. So 9 tackles minus the sacks for 160 mil. And everybody was praising Tom Telesco. Like, I love Christian Wilkins, but bro, you got to step it up. This whole defense has to. Max Crosby, 11 tackles, 6 assisted, 11 solos, 17 tackles from the heart and soul of our defense, right? They put him in hurt last week, risking injury, which you can't keep Max Crosby from himself. I understand. But there's ways you can. You could just say you're not playing. I pay your salary, and I'm not going to let you get hurt, right? Thank God he didn't get hurt. Hopefully it's not re-injured and it's healing. But, man, this is why we're losing. 17 tackles from our star player. You know, defensive player of the year candidate. That's not going to cut it. The 5 sacks, I mean, is absolutely great. 2 of them came, of course, in this game. Sack yards, 38 yards. These are not Max Crosby numbers, bro. Tackle-wise, that's why our run game is falling apart. I did not even know that until just now. So I'm probably shocked like the 5 people in the chat. 17 tackles by your star player, bro, is bad. Like, that is bad. I'm going to have to break it down Wednesday when we do What's on Film. I'll have to get some better numbers to see who is the leading tackler in the NFL right now and what are their numbers. Because, man, look, Charles Snowden, 6 solo tackles, 6 assisted. He has 12 tackles and hasn't been out there not even an eighth of the time that Max Crosby has, bro. So what's going on with Mad Max? I know he was injured in the Ravens game. That was the 3rd game of the season. He missed a game. Played hurt in the Carolina game. Played hurt in this game. Really didn't do anything in the Carolina game. So you could kind of say he missed 2 games. But for Charles Snowden to have 6 solo tackles and 6 assisted with 1.5 sacks for 14-yard loss is absolutely crazy and mind-boggling to me that this man is not on the field more. Who else is next up? Divine Diablo, 6 tackles, 3 assisted, 9 total. Jacorian Bennett, 4 tackles, 5 assisted, 9 total. Nesta Silvera, in 5 games, he has 2 tackles, 6 assisted, 8 total. Tommy Eichenberg, 5 flipping tackles. Whoa. 5 tackles, bro. The only game he's played in, I think. This is the only game he's got actually play time in. My man has 5 tackles, 1 assist, 6 total. And some people, content creators, said that man was a bust. Tommy Eichenberg was crap. Why did we draft him? Come on, man. He's already outplayed Divine Diablo in 1 game. 1 game. Chase on. In 3 games, the man has 3 tackles, 2 assisted, 5 total. Harper in 3 games, 3 tackles, 1 assisted, 4 total. Amir Abdullah, why has he got interception? 2 tackles. Put Amir Abdullah in that defense, yo. Why isn't Amir Abdullah paying defense? This man has 2 tackles, 2 assisted, and has 4 total on the defensive side. That's from the turnover. He's in the wrong spot. He should not be a running back, bro. Tyree Wilson, 4 games. 2 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles, 4 flipping totals for a 7th round pick. For a 7th round, 1st round pick. This man has 4. Bro, just blow this team up. Get rid of all these guys that aren't doing shit. Re-sign the guys that are doing shit. And let's just go get a whole new team. Pretty much. Like everybody. We need new running backs. We need new quarterbacks. We need new linebackers. We need new safeties. Bro, I thought this team was good. What was I looking at? Like, these dudes aren't doing nothing they were expected to do. Tyree Wilson, you're getting close to me saying those 4-letter words that start with a B. Jeez Louise, bro. Janarius Robinson in 5 games has 1 tackle, 1 assist, 2 total. Janarius Robinson, why are they still putting this man on the field? You have a half a sack. You have 1 tackle, 1 assisted in 5 games. Alex Bachman, our wide receiver, has 2 tackles solo. DJ Turner has 2 assisted. Amari Burney, 1 tackle, 1 assisted. Bro, these numbers are ridiculous for the defense, and we need to go get help. We need to go get help on the defense really, really, really bad. We need to start. Look, Amari Gaynor, 5 games, 1 tackle, 1 assisted. Now, he hasn't got playtime. Let me see if it shows how many. No, it's not going to tell you how many attempts or snaps. But Amari Gaynor needs to be in the game, bro. This guy needs to get on the grass and not come out. He needs to be next to Spillane with Eichenberg. I think we need to go to a 4-3 defense and just go man-to-man with these corners and safeties and see what we have, because this defense ain't cutting it. This is not cutting it. Patrick Graham, you're going to have to re-scheme this up, bro. Our best player on the team right now is A.J. Cole. It's A.J. flipping Cole. He has more yards than anybody on the team. Our punter, 5 games, 22 punts, 1,153 yards for an average of 67. Shout out. Hold up. Shout out to AJ Cole, bro. What? Did I call him Adam Cole? My bad. They're watching too much wrestling. Shout out to AJ Cole, dude. If it wasn't for AJ Cole, I don't think we would have won any of these games that we have won. And we'd be looking at a 0-5 record right now. That's my hot take for this week. And with that, I'm getting the hell out of here. This is depressing. This is sad. This makes me want to throw up in my mouth. This is bad, bro. Okay, so shout out to all the people that said this team was garbage and we were only going to win 6 games. Y'all know what you're talking about. Y'all know what you're talking about. Apparently, diehard fans like me had expectations way too high, bro. That is crazy, dude. That is just absolutely crazy. All right, let's get to these chats and then I'm out of here. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. I know. It's just like Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, they were calling for Jimmy Garoppolo's head in the 2nd game of the season. And all these Minshew Mania fans, just because y'all don't want to be wrong, We're like, oh, it's not Gardner. We don't have an offensive line. We don't have a running game. We don't have receivers. We don't. Shut your little pussy ass, crybaby ass up. You were wrong. Gardner is not the dude, bro. Gardner is not him. Never was. There was a reason everybody said we were going to be the worst team in the NFL, had us bottom ranks at everything because we went with Gardner Minshew. We have players on the 53 if not going to play them. What? We have players on the 53 if you're not going to play them. Yeah, why have them on there, bro? Like, why draft these guys? Why do we have guys, this goes back to coaching again, and Tom Telesco. Why do you have guys like DeCamarion Richardson, who hasn't seen a blade of grass, still not on the injured reserve? Why is he still on a roster spot? I don't understand this. Maybe they switched it, but the man missed 4 games. Questionable with a hamstring. That's just, man, it's just horrible, bro. It's just absolutely horrible. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried should Raider Nation be about the season? We should be very, very worried. Very, very worried. And I'm going to tell you why. Even I love Aiden O'Connell. I think Aiden O'Connell has way more upside than Gardner ever had in his whole entire career. He's not going to fix everything. He's not going to fix a lot of things. He's going to be under a learning curve. He's still going to make mistakes. He's going to throw interceptions. He's going to get sacked. He's going to make dumb plays. But he has an excuse. He's inexperienced, and he shouldn't even be out there. He shouldn't have to be out there. He should be drafted to an organization that has enough common sense to bring in a quarterback that he is smart enough to learn the game from. And we failed to do that year after year after year. We failed to do that when Derek Carr was here. We could have drafted a quarterback, I don't know how many times, and groomed him. I'm not going to go off on this Derek Carr rant. But very, very worried, to answer your question. We should be very worried because our defense is absolutely trash. They made me look absolutely ignorant, which I don't care about that. Dude, everybody's wrong. But, man, they're making the coaching staff look bad, the owner look bad, the city of Las Vegas look bad. And I know a lot of it is you're on the field way too much, but that's not a reason for not tackling. That's not a reason for 7 guys. I counted 7 guys 3 times yesterday that missed or whiffed on a tackle. Bro, that's coaching. That's all coaching. Say what you want. Slice it how you want. That's coaching. And until this defense becomes that top 10 defense that everybody expected it to be and knows it can be, minus the injuries, because injuries aren't an excuse. It's just next man up. But when you're next man up, the drop-off is from here to here. Like, you got to make decisions. You got to spend some of that cap money and break hearts. Like, we already, Devontae was not the guy that needed to be cut out of this scenario, in my opinion. There was a lot of guys on this roster that could have hit the highway, and we could have brought in guys that could actually do something with this team, or might want to do something, or might want to play, or give full effort. But Tom Telesco has failed to do that too, so I don't know. Definitely worried. We have players on the... Oh, yeah, I just read that. Why I have players on the Falcons drafted, I know, MPJ, and he hasn't even played yet. We could have used a quarterback. That's what you call greedy. They're not greedy. They're not greedy. They're smart. Didn't you just hear me say the Raiders had 10 years with Derek Carr? 10 years. They could have brought in a quarterback better than Peterman or Chase Garbers. I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks they brought in behind Derek Carr. We could have drafted. We didn't have to draft a first-round quarterback, but there's quarterbacks, 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, Dak Prescott, 4th-round pick. There's quarterbacks we could have got in a lot of these drafts and let Derek Carr, who is a seasoned vet and is a damn good quarterback in the NFL, bring these guys along and groom them and let them sit on the bench like Jordan Love did, like Aaron Rodgers did, like Patrick Mahomes did, like all these quarterbacks that are top-notch quarterbacks in the NFL get to do. They get to sit and learn. We failed to do that. We didn't bring in anybody when Derek Carr was here. And now we don't have anybody to bring these quarterbacks along. And people keep saying, go draft a quarterback this year, draft a quarterback next year. Do you really want this organization and Tom Telesco to be in charge of drafting a quarterback? Because I don't. I'm not with that. I am 1,000% absolutely scared to death to have Tom Telesco picking my quarterback of the future. And I'm scared to have Antonio Pierce involved in that. Now, I'm going to be honest. And Luke Getsy. Just because they went with Gardner Minshew. They went with Gardner flipping Minshew, bro. Like, that tells me y'all should not have anything to do with any quarterback situation. So for all the Raider fans out there that keep saying, we need to go get a quarterback, do you really trust this coaching staff to draft us a quarterback that's going to be our future? And with that, I am out. Raiders! Much love, nation. So, yeah, until we fix this defense, the Packers had Rodgers. Wait, all right, let me read these, and then I'll go. That is true. That is true. The Packers had Rodgers in his prime. They still drafted Love. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. And now we don't have a quarterback unfazed. You're just pulling up. I'm about to dip. But now we don't have a quarterback that can groom a quarterback along. You're going to let Gardner Minshew bring a quarterback that we draft in next year's draft along? Because he's here for 2 years. I mean, they can get rid of him, I'm sure. But bro, I don't trust this organization, Tom Telesco, for one, in particular, or Luke Getsy, or Antonio Pierce, or anybody else on this staff to be involved in picking our quarterback for the future. That's just my opinion. So for all the people that keep saying, oh, we just need to tank and draft a quarterback, you must like losing. You must like losing. Because the only way to turn this around and to stop losing is to fucking fight with the team we have right now, not give up, put in the guys that want to win, roll with AOC, see what we have, and let's continue to fight this season. And then if it comes down to it and we need to go draft a quarterback, then we might have to think about it, but not in the first round, dude. Please do not let these guys, with their incompetence, go draft a quarterback for the future when they can't even see that we have a quarterback that might be the future on the bench already and bring in Gardner. So it's rare to see a top 10 quarterback drafted and sit on the bench. Yeah, it is very rare. But teams that have the luxury that can do that are the teams that continue to dominate in the NFL year after year after year after year. Year after year. So it's not smart. I mean, it is smart, but most first round quarterbacks get drafted to teams that are absolutely ass unless they trade up to get that quarterback, and they're thrown into the fire. Baker Mayfield, Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. These guys aren't bad quarterbacks. They're decent quarterbacks that can make plays with their feet, that can move around. But you can't do it on a trash system when you're thrown into the fire like Aiden O'Connell was. And Aiden O'Connell, for all the shit people want to talk, did an excellent job at what he was given last year. But you can't expect every quarterback to do that. So if we go tank this year, the stupidest word I ever heard, and try to get a quarterback next year, which again, like I said in the beginning, why do we need to tank? We can't beat anybody. The only team we can beat is ourselves. So we don't need to tank. Just keep playing the way we are. Just leave Gardner Minshew in there, and he will take care of it. You know, somebody said in their live the other day, Chris from Protect the Shield podcast said, just throw Aiden O'Connell in there if you want to tank. and that'll be the season. Well, my guy, I hope you're about to eat your words, because we're probably going to go with Aiden O'Connell if they're smart for the rest of the season. And I guarantee you he's going to do the same thing he did last year and have us probably the 12th, 13th, 14th pick in the NFL draft if we put him in there. And I think that's why a lot of people don't want Aiden in there, is because they want Gardner to come in and be ass, because they're already talking about tanking. That's loyalty, right? Devontae is a Karen. Come on, don't come in here talking about my boy Devontae. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, Unfazed, you are late to the building. And my guy, I'm gonna make you a mod. But I gotta do it when I'm on the computer or something, like yesterday, so. Or I'll figure it out. Maybe I won't end this live and I'll switch. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna make you a mod, my guy, because you're always in here. Lawrence, if you want to be a mod, let me know. Tony Angel, you're always in here too. I'll just mod everybody in here. Shit. Since you guys are the only ones that come in and chat with me. My diehard loyal ones. My 2 cents. He never answers me when I ask him, so he probably don't. Shout out for everybody pulled up. Man, I appreciate y'all. You could be anywhere else on this horrible, horrible, sad, mucking fun day. But you chose to spend your time with me. Listen to my bullshit, my rants, and my raves. I appreciate the hell out of it. Much love. I'm out. Peace.